Hey everybody, I'm Matt Weafer, Executive Chef at the Campbell Club here in downtown Owensboro. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen on Hometown TV. Today we're going to make one of our newest fall dishes. It's called autumn gnocchi. And what we use, this is to me the staple of our menu, which is Kentucky Proud Food. We have 4 things here that are all totally made from scratch in Kentucky. We have a country smoked sausage from Catawba, Kentucky from Broadbent. The stuff smells just like it came out of a hickory smoker, and it tastes even better. Then we have Parisian gnocchi, which we make here in-house. We use local eggs, local cream, and local flour too. And Parisian gnocchi, the difference between that and Italian gnocchi is Italian gnocchi is made with potatoes. This is made from a French pastry dough that we make here. And we also have our produce that's going in the dish. The autumn part, we have kale and butternut squash from Cecil Farms. Fresh kale, we just wash it and clean it, and the butternut squash, which we peel and blanch just lightly, just to start the cooking process. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Start off with the sausage here. Put it on our flat top. There's a lot of fat in this sausage, which is one of the reasons it's so flavorful, but it's a little bit, almost maybe too much fat to put on the plate. So I'm going to cook it on a flat top so we drain some of that off. I'm going to cook it fresh to order here. I'm just going to break it up. I'm going to throw it in the pan once it's browned nicely. Once it's got smoky sage, chili flake, garlic, it just, I mean, it's amazing. All right, in our pan here, a little bit of canola oil. A little bit more canola oil. Nice little coating. I'm going to start with the butternut squash. Like I said, it's already cooked, so this isn't going to take a very long time. Break it up, pass it around. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a light little brown on the squash. Might stick a little bit, and that's okay. A little bit more oil. Already smells like smoky sausage in here. And this sausage, there's not a whole lot in it, but the flavor permeates this dish so much that you don't need much. So, get this going. There's a lot of sugar in butternut squash, so it doesn't take long for it to start to caramelize. You can already see a little bit of brown forming on there. That's what we want. Go in with the gnocchi at the same time. This is already boiled. We boil this ahead of time in batches and just kind of set it off to the side until we're ready to cook with it. And it's little dumplings. It's kind of a cross between pasta and potato, or pasta and well, dumplings. But it has rosemary, fresh thyme, Swiss cheese, Parmesan cheese, has eggs in it, has butter infused into it too, and it's just loaded with flavor. And they're delicate little pillows that just melt into your mouth. They're deceptively filling too, so this may not look like a lot of food, but it feels like a lot of food by the time you eat it all. That's not a bad thing though. You can see right off the bat, getting this browning on the gnocchi. What that is, that's the cheese and the butter caramelizing. So if you like fried cheese or toasted cheese or something like that, that's what that flavor is. That's because we put the cheese in there, so that flavor infuses into it. So we're just loading this up. Now, our sausage is browned and cooked most of the way through, not all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to it. Adding it into it now because I do want some of that fat in this dish, because fat equals flavor. Not too much, of course. Let that go just a little bit. Just a pinch of salt and pepper. Don't need a whole lot of salt because the sausage is salty enough on its own. Pepper. Just go for just another minute. And in with some of our house-made chicken stock. Not adding anything else to this liquid. The chicken stock is enough. We make a nice stock, so the flavor is really built in. There's enough flavor in the sausage and in the gnocchi and the butternut squash itself that adding, wine or vinegar or mustard or anything else might be just even a little bit too much. Let that go. All of the smokiness from the sausage is going to infuse into the stock, and this is the point where all the flavors are marrying. The flavor from the rosemary and the thyme is being leached out of the gnocchi and into the stock, and the same thing, and all that's infusing into the squash here. So once that gets going, I'm going to let it reduce just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the fresh kale. The kale, throw in at the very end because it's tender. You never want to overcook your greens too much. They get dark, they get slimy, pulls out all these acids and other flavors that are just unappealing. Whereas with kale, if you cook it really quickly, just right at the end, just wilt it, that's when it's just that perfect texture, perfect flavor, so nice and fresh, not slimy, nothing else. So we're good. I've got a steady boil. The starches from the gnocchi are being pulled out into the sauce, and that's what's going to thicken the sauce here. In with the kale, toss it around. Okay. grab a little bowl. That's it. I'm calling it quits right there. There's a lot of juice in the pan, but that's okay because as the gnocchi sits, it'll absorb more of that juice in the bowl. And you want a little bit of that sauce in the plate as it's there because you can toss it around and really get the flavor developed on there. Right. Roll we go. Okay. That's it. I'm not going to do anything else to this. You can put some cheese on it if you want, but it's already in the gnocchi. Same thing with fresh herbs. There's so much flavor in this dish that to me, this is finished. The more you add to it, the more you're going to take away from what's really good about it, which is the sausage and the gnocchi and the squash and everything that's on the plate. So this is on our bar menu. It's on our regular dinner menu, lunch or dinner. Come on down and give it a try. I'm Matt Weafer, Executive Chef at the Campbell Club. Thanks for joining me on Hometown TV in the Kitchen. Come try out our 2-month free membership. Let me cook for you. Thanks.